In 2023, a Formula One team sold for $1.2 billion. But here's the shocking truth. It had nothing to do with racing. Welcome to the hidden world of the ultimate power game for billionaires. Why would someone pay more for an F1 team than for an NFL franchise? By the end, you'll understand the 3 secret rules of Formula One's luxury economy. Dietrich Mateschitz didn't buy Red Bull Racing with the intention of winning championships. He bought it to sell cans of energy drink. In doing so, he revealed the golden rule of the Billionaires playbook in Formula One. These teams aren't businesses. They're billboards for empires. And Formula One team might lose $50 million a year, but that's pocket change for billionaires compared to what they stand to gain. Red Bull's value skyrocketed from $2 billion to $20 billion after entering Formula One, because suddenly, they weren't just a drinks company. They became a cultural force. Think about it. A $300 million super yacht will get you Instagram likes. A $1 billion F1 team gets you FaceTime with royalty, CEOs, and Hollywood elites. One is a toy, the other is a backstage pass to global power. This isn't business. It's about ego, legacy, and securing a place at the most exclusive table on Earth. And once you're in, the rules change. Here's something nobody tells you. Mateschitz didn't even like racing. He liked marketing. And Formula One offered him something that a Super Bowl advert could not: a story. Red Bull, the company that beats Ferrari. That's priceless. So the next time you see Toto Wolff grinning after a loss, ask yourself, is Mercedes really here to race or to sell AMG cars to Saudi princes? Stick around, because the hidden economy of Formula One is where things get even wilder. Here's the dirty secret of Formula One that nobody wants to hear. The real money isn't on the podium, it's in the paddock club. While the drivers battle for tenths of a second on the track, billionaires are closing deals worth hundreds of millions in these exclusive lounges. And what about the teams? They're not just racing, they're also hosting the world's most exclusive networking event. A single paddock club pass can cost as much as $10,000 for a weekend. But where does the big money come in? Corporations such as Rolex or Goldman Sachs buy entire suites for over $10 million a year. Where else can you mingle with a Saudi oil minister while watching a Ferrari scream past at 200 miles per hour? Formula One's hospitality division generated $600 million in revenue in 2023, which is more than the entire budget of some teams. And what about the teams? They can earn up to $50 million per season just from hosting these events. Oracle doesn't just slap its logo on a car. It built Red Bull's real-time data system. Their technology is what determines when to stop for pit stops. The result? A $500 million sponsorship that's actually a business-to-business demonstration for Fortune 500 clients. Saudi Aramco's $450 million deal with Aston Martin isn't about petrol. It's about greenwashing. Having their logo on a hybrid car allows them to present themselves as a sustainable energy company while drilling 10 million barrels a day. Have you ever heard of additive industries? I hadn't either. But thanks to their 3D printed parts for Alfa Romeo, they can now claim, our curriculum is a Formula One car. Their sales tripled in 18 months. These sponsors aren't just customers, they're potential team owners. Stick around, because next we're revealing how billionaires use F1 teams as tax havens. When Lawrence Stroll bought Racing Point in 2018 for $117 million, it wasn't just a change in name, it was a perfect example of turning something expensive into something even more valuable. He took a bankrupt backmarker and turned it into Aston Martin, a brand that exudes James Bond prestige. How did he do it? By treating Formula One like a fashion house. The British racing green livery? A $200 million Cognizant sponsorship deal? It's all part of the rebrand. Stroll didn't just buy a team, he bought a legend. In 5 years, Stroll's investment increased by 2,635%. For context, that's like turning $10,000 into $263,000. The popularity of Formula One on Netflix is certainly a factor, but it's also important to mention the relentless focus on luxury branding by Stroll. Every sponsor, every new employee, Adrian Newey for example, and every carbon fiber factory tile makes it clear that this isn't just racing, it's a hedge fund with a pit crew. The show Drive to Survive not only increased viewership, but it also made F1 teams into valuable investments. Aston Martin's valuation increased by 23% in 1 year, purely because investors now consider Formula One to be the ultimate passion asset. So here's the question. Would you spend $1 billion just to party with Leonardo DiCaprio in Monaco? Because that's the unspoken rule of Formula One ownership. Stroll didn't buy a team to win races. He bought a VIP pass. The Paddock Club isn't just a perk, it's the entire business model. Aston Martin is now being valued at a similar level to NFL teams. The return on investment is not in trophies, it is in access. But here's the twist. Stroll's $3.2 billion empire is about to face its ultimate test. In 2026, F1's new rules could either crown Aston Martin as the king of the track or expose the entire operation as the world's most expensive vanity project. We're diving into the high-stakes tech war next. Meet Formula One's forgotten billionaires. They had the money, passion, and audacity to buy into the most exclusive club on Earth, only to disappear without a trace. This is the dark side of Formula One that no one talks about, where dreams go to die. In 2010, Spanish billionaire José Ramón Carabante spent $130 million to enter Formula One. His team, HRT, never scored a point. Their cars were so slow that they failed to qualify 11 times. By 2013, the FIA had revoked their license and the $130 million was gone in 3 years. In 2014, Malaysian entrepreneur Tony Fernandes bought Caterham for $1. They begged fans for £2.35 million on Crowdcube just to race in Abu Dhabi. They still folded. Lesson? In Formula One, even budget teams burn $100 million per year. These weren't just failed businesses. They were ego projects that collapsed under the weight of Formula One's brutal economics. And here's the surprising part. The system is designed to keep them out. The FIA actually pays teams to stay in the game, but only if they're in the club. Ferrari receives $100 million per year simply for being there, thanks to legacy payments. New teams get scraps. It's no surprise that Andretti is pushing so hard to get in. In 2022, Formula One paid out $1.1 billion in prize money. The top teams, such as Mercedes and Red Bull, received $200 million each. Backmarkers like Haas received $60 million. The gap is wider than the harbor in Monaco. When Haas joined in 2016, Gene Haas admitted, "We're here to promote CNC machines, not win races." It was a smart move because, in Formula One, survival is the real championship. Is Formula One a sport or a cartel? Next, we're exposing how the cost cap is just another tool used to keep the rich on top. Let's cut through the smoke. After spending 10 minutes inside the inner circle of Formula One, here's what we've learned. Rule number 1. This isn't racing, it's real estate. Your team is a $2 billion billboard. Rule number 2. Access trumps trophies. A Monaco paddock pass is more valuable than a Constructors' Cup. Rule number 3. The paddock is like Wall Street, but with champagne. Where else can oil princes and tech CEOs broker deals at 200 miles per hour? Miss one rule? That's how you end up like HRT. For these billionaires, Formula One isn't about speed. It's the ultimate symbol of success, a world where even Jeff Bezos needs an invitation. Think about it. You can buy a yacht, a private island, or even an NFL team, but only F1 allows you to buy into a century of European aristocracy. The prancing horse isn't a logo, it's a velvet rope, and it's working. Since 2019, F1's team values have grown 276% faster than NFL franchises. Trophies tarnish, but a legacy lasts forever. So, what's your verdict? Is Formula One the ultimate show of wealth or the world's most expensive midlife crisis? Leave your vote in the comments. Want the full breakdown of how Liberty Media rigged the game? Subscribe and smash the like button. We're just getting started.